when we moved in, they were all boarded. And that's what scared everybody, because they were boarded up and we didn't know if there were drug houses or, who was living in those houses. They were empty.
Right.
Yeah, no. When we got there, it was bad. There was a lot of gangs. As a matter of fact, they used to even set up, we owned that it was a store that it's a shop now. It's a mechanic shop, but that was a store that had burned down, and we bought it, and it was just boarded. We used this as storage, and our office was catty corner to it, and we used to have all kinds of gangs right on the walls and graffiti. And the police would set up at our office so they could video these people. I mean, they were doing it during the daylight. And but yeah, it was I think my husband did a lot of cleaning up. A lot of people couldn't believe that he was working in that area. And like I said, some of the investors invested and left because they were afraid for their lives. But I think he stuck with it. And now my kids stuck with it.
Yes. And when your husband was first, and you were first there kind of in that struggle, talking about, again, like, was there partnerships with the police? Was there ways that y'all tried to kind of negotiate that space of enforcement, or?
There was none. We would report, but my husband say, they're not going to come, what are you doing? What can you do? Just protect your stuff. And we would call, and finally, I think we had a few meetings at the restaurant with people, a neighborhood watch.
Yes.
And there wasn't very much involvement. We had meetings there at the restaurant because I wanted to get the neighborhood to get involved. Not too many came, and they would tell us, you need to report everything, because if it's reported, the sergeant will look at all the incidents and they'll put more security or more police in that area.
Right.
But eventually, I do remember having this man come into our office one day. He was a white man. He was very upset, and he told me a short story. He said he grew up in that area and it was the best area to live. But then the blacks started moving in, and every time they would report something, the police wouldn't go. So that's the reason the neighborhoods went down, because the police would not go to Polly. I said, really? I didn't know that. He's the one that I said, is that why it was so bad? Because they didn't have any protection.